Hello and welcome back to my channel, Loving Your Life with Mama D, and I'm Glenda Davis, aka Mama D. And today I'm going to continue on with my Vlogmas, and today we're going to be talking about reminiscing Christmas past. Yes, there have been so many funny things that have happened in our child. There are so many things that we can think about back in our history, and especially as baby boomers, things that we did when we were young and what made our Christmases extra special. So, as I remember and recall some of these things, if you think about them too, and if you had those same experiences or if you can relate, then make sure you drop it in the comments and at least give me a thumbs up about it, okay? All right, so the first one, how many remember that aluminum Christmas tree? It was made out of aluminum. And you pull each one of them out of this sleeve. And there was a pole, and you stuck them down in the holes of the pole, and it made this beautiful tree. And it was shiny and silver. And then it had this color wheel that was red, yellow, green, and blue. And it went around red, yellow, green, and blue. And it just changed the tree to all these colors, and you sit it in the window. Honey, it was the thing. It was the thing to have aluminum Christmas tree. I think it was the 60s. It took the 60s by storm, okay? All right, the next thing is how many remember making snow ice cream? I don't know if anybody has the guts to do it now, but my mom would have us go out and get the snow as soon as it fell. You had to get the first snow, it had to be deep enough, and it had to be snow hard and fast. And she would have you go out with a bowl and a spoon and scoop up some good snow. It couldn't have any black specks in it, and it wouldn't, you better not get none that's yellow, okay? Anyway, she would put milk, sugar, and vanilla in that snow. Stir it up, honey, and made vanilla ice cream. And it tastes good, too. But nowadays, girl, I think it's too many chemicals in the air, honey. I don't think you can do that safely now, all right? And then the next thing was fruitcake. Honey, those mothers made those fruitcakes, and especially, I know mine did. She made that fruitcake right at Thanksgiving. And she put nuts and raisins and craisins and currants and, flour, eggs, sugar, pineapples, cherries, green, red. Ooh, it was so much stuff in that fruitcake. In fact, I did a video on one last year. And then they would just douse it with rum. And honey, that thing would ferment until Christmas. And then on Christmas, you got a chance to get a little bitty slice, because if you ate more than a little bitty slice, you probably would be a little tipsy. All right. If you remember that, if you got fruitcake in your past, go ahead and make a comment. Okay, now in the hood, back in, at least in our hood, we had fire or chimneys, but the fireplace was not real fireplace. It was like closed in, and it was maybe could have been gas or what have you. But in the hood, honey, if you had that mantle, we would try to figure out how Santa Claus going to come down in here, because there's no opening. We can see the chimney from the outside, but he couldn't have gotten down through the fireplace. So we spent a lot of time trying to figure out how Santa Claus was going to get down in that chimney. Okay, then we would string popcorn. I don't know how many did that. And then every boy wanted a train set. Oh my God, it was like a thing of the past to get a train set for Christmas and a BB gun. Okay, now the girls, our thing, at least my thing in my generation, it was that Chatty Cathy doll and also a bride doll. Everybody wanted a bride doll. You would sit it on your bed or get that big one that could stand up. And then it was that walking doll. She was so big. She stood about 4 feet tall. And you could hold her head and she would walk. Ooh, honey. Okay, now, during Thanksgiving, The Wizard of Oz would come on, and it would stay on and play all the way up through Christmas. And we spent countless hours watching The Wizard of Oz. Then there was these things called galoshes. Okay, y'all know what galoshes are. Now, see, they have these rain boots now, but galoshes look just pretty much like the rain boot, but they had that little extra buckle on the side, and you would put your shoe on and stick your whole shoe down in that galoshes or that boot, and then you would buckle it up so that the snow wouldn't get in. And most of the time, you couldn't get your shoe out. I would just leave my shoe in there and just go in and just work my foot down in there until I can get my foot down in the shoe in the boot. Oh, woo, honey, it was rough. Okay. Now, also, we did snow angels. Okay, and I'm sure people do that now. That's not necessarily a thing in the past, but we had a lot of fun doing that. And the last thing I want to remember is sled riding. We had what we call the hill. And if you didn't have a sled, because most of we have few sleds, we got these big round things. They still sell them now. They're called a disc, and we would slide down in that. But if you didn't have one, honey, you would get an inner tube, you would get a garbage can top, or you would get a piece of cardboard, and you would get on that thing and slide right on down that hill, because, honey, the other kids would have made it stone ice. You could slide down with your coat and just slide right on down. But anyway, we would have so much fun coming up to Christmas, and just being so excited about school being out for that wintertime break, and just have an out and out ball. So listen, it's your life, love it, make the best of it. And if you have grandchildren or children that maybe haven't had some of those experiences, talk to them about it, maybe show them some pictures, and just kind of go through it. Because, man, I tell you, coming up and back in the day, it was, honey, it was hilarious. Some of the things we did, some of the things we went through, and some of the things we experienced. All right, so that's the end of my video for today. We'll come back, I guess, again to talk about a few more things. But don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, okay, and share it with someone. And in the meantime, you have a very blessed, wonderful day and a very Merry Christmas. Bye.